JavaScript. Dude, I don't think that was really good. Should we do it
You
again?
know, I'm gonna pick on you and talk about your pool actually, if you want to re-record.
This is Jamstack Friday with TNT.
Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
Hello, Tim. Amazing. Are you enjoying the pool?
Yes. And to give people some context, I just bought a new house and it has a pool. So that's why he asked me if I'm enjoying the pool. And you know what? Today it's so cold. No pool today.
And that's why you
Really not.
decided to come and finally record a Jamstack Friday, right? So
Exactly.
2 months
Because,
you were enjoying the pool and we couldn't record and release anything.
yeah,
Finally, it's cold.
exactly. But look, what I would say, we work at a startup and we run and sprint all the time. But actually, I was just in my pool. But yeah, we're back in business. So let's talk about Astro. So what do you know about Astro?
When I first heard about it, I thought that another framework and the way they present it on their websites build faster websites with less client-side JavaScript.
Here, let me just
And
share
you
my screen so everybody can see that. Here we go. Continue,
and
please.
yeah, and you're like, I'm just pretty much reading the site, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's nothing really just jumps at you when you're looking at it. But if you watch the video and if you read the docs, it
Hmm.
kind of opens up this amazing opportunity for
Exactly.
developers like us who like to pull in our own direction. For example, I
Yes,
like
we
to
certainly do that.
stick with React and you love to stick with Vue, but I
Exactly.
think Astro will allow us to work in the same repo and write our own code and I don't have to learn Vue.
No, exactly. And you know what I kind of like about this too is what they explain is what comes out is doesn't actually have all these JavaScript bundles that then hydrate your page. They can just output the HTML that your React or Vue rendered as HTML basically. But you can also add JavaScript and say only hydrate this little bit with a little bundle. So we can kind of make JavaScript less websites. It's like we're going to go back to the 90s. I'm actually excited because it will probably get faster, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it will get faster. It'll be less bloated, I would say, and
Yeah,
we're all about performance. And think about
exactly.
this: it was performance, perform, perform, and now like technology is going in the direction of, okay, how can we make it even easier for developers to continue building their stuff without learning and taking courses and learning what they learned to, like, for example, I started with React, let's say, and now
Mm,
I need to learn Vue. And I think with Astro will give me that opportunity not to learn
exactly.
so many
Yeah,
frameworks. I can just stick with what I'm
keep it a
comfortable with.
bit more simple. So
Yeah.
actually, the word simple is paramount here. So let me just go to my other tab because this is what I built. Just this is like an I don't know, reading the docs and trying something really fast. And so I make a bunch of videos. So I just queried my own website, got the videos in, and use a little view component to show this here. And so then when I click on this, no, this is what you call the demo effect. Let me check what I do to fix this.
A few moments later.
Here we
Boom.
go. Okay, so basically, I made a list of videos. You click on the video and you can watch the video. It's very simple. And there's some Astro HTML in here, but there's also Vue.js stuff in here. And so all these items and with the tags and stuff like that, they are actually little Vue components that get hydrated on when it's in Vue. So when I scroll down, you can see them come in a little bit. That's hydration. And when I then click and go to this page, this is just Astro. There's no Vue.js here. Oh, that's kind of a crazy picture. Let me just go back. And so when we look at that code, there's not much going on, right? So this is my Astro index file. And so it's an .astro, which is cool. It's a little bit like the .vue files. And in between these guys here, you can add some JavaScript or TypeScript or whatever you want. And this happens on server-side rendering. And so I just have like a little page here. I query my website This is a Prismic CMS. I query the videos, I map them into something, and I loop over them with some sort of JSX-like templating. And then this video item here that says client visible, this is a Vue.js component, but the rest is just Astro. And so that Vue.js component is super simple. It's just there's a prop that is a video object, and you just render the video. And that's actually all there is to it. And when you then click on that video, you go here, and here I actually, there's a little bit more to it, because what you could do is make a collection in Astro. And so this is like grabbing all of the things that are possible. So Astro knows what to render if it has to render a list. And now I just map my the URL that I have in here. Like when I click on this, you see that URL, that slug. You just filter it out and show that video. But because of this collection, Astro can now render all your videos when you now hit npm run generate, right? That's why it doesn't need the get static paths that Next.js needs, for example. So enough is enough. You've seen my Astro stuff, you've seen my Vue stuff, but how about you, Tony, actually add some React to this and still make it work? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let me just share your screen then. Okay, there it is.
All right.
Take us through what is needed to now add React to this.
Okay, so a few things. First of all, let's add a React renderer. So we're adding this into our package.json, or you can run yarn add, and that'll be your command. That will automatically add it into your package.json as a dependency. Next, we'll open Astro config file.mjs, and inside of renders, we'll add a React renderer here as well.
Yeah, so I actually went over this too fast. You need a renderer for Vue also.
Yep.
As you can see, you can also add both, which is really cool.
Yep. So, and then if you want to render something else, you'll have to add it here. But we're just doing Vue and React. So as you can see, application will now have a React as well in the same repository.
Yeah.
So next step is let's go ahead and create a component, a React component. So we're going to go into components. As you can see, this is Tim's component. So this is his repository. And I'm just to show you, it's the same stuff.
So this is the Vue one. This is the one I did.
And this is the React component. So we're importing React, and we're having props passed into the function. And then in the return statement, we pretty much are replicating what Tim has created. So let's go ahead and maybe throw this on the side just to show you side by side.
Yeah, exactly. So I just have a bit more HTML because of adding more attributes to the image tag, and there's extra stuff. But in the end, this is relatively similar, right?
Yep.
And could you show like the Astro index file so you can see how both these components live together?
Oh, yeah. I'm going there next. So
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, it's all good. So same thing as we can see. So we have a tag, we have an image, then we have an article with a date and title. So pretty much everything identically what Tim has done, or what you have done, Tim. And then I'll go ahead and close these files just to clean up my space. And then I'll go to page, and then I'll go to index file. So in index file, as you can see, we have a video item, which is a Vue component.
Yeah, so it's loading. Yeah, exactly. It's an import. Yeah.
Yep. And then we have now a React component imported also in Astro. One thing I wanted to also highlight that this is a syntax. So these 3 dashes are important. So that's how Astro understands that this is the relevant code that they need to kind of parse.
Yeah, and this is only rendering on server side if it's between the dashes, but you can also add a script tag somewhere else, and that becomes then client side and put into your bundle in the front end.
Yep. So let me just actually do this. Let's see if it will break. Vue, React.
There we go. And then
That's
in the
it.
code below, you can see them just living together, just like two normal items, like it was HTML, which is pretty cool.
Yep, like two friends.
Exactly.
Identical code, everything is identical. So let's actually go ahead and run this and see what happens
Yeah,
after
exactly.
I add React. So we'll do yarn start. And I have a feeling it might break because of those comments. Maybe not.
I'm thinking it's just a JavaScript block, so I'm assuming it should be okay.
All right.
Oh,
amazing.
look at that. Everything is cloned.
So yeah, and as you can see, one thing that specifically was done, just so you guys can see, so there's no, so there's an image, date, and title. So there's no tags. And that's how
Yeah.
you can differentiate which one is a Vue, which one is a React component. Identical stuff, just identical information, identical props, but obviously utilizing two different technologies. And that's just
This is just insane and I love it. And you know what I like most, I would say, is if you don't need any front end JavaScript for this, the output of this is just HTML. There's no React or Vue bundles.
Yep.
Unless, of course, you choose to hydrate this on when it's in Vue, which I did. Right? When you scroll down, it hydrates these items. But if you turn that off, it will just render it as HTML like in SSR basically, but it's Jamstack, so it's super fast. So you can use your whole toolchain, either React or Vue or both, or add Svelte or something crazy, and it still works. So do I need to rebuild my website again with something new? What do you think? Should we try this?
I mean, this is actually really good.
It is. And
Rebuilding.
this is like a one file. There was
Yeah.
almost nothing to it. This is literally like set it up, type it in, done. It's
Yeah, and you imagine like you have somebody's building your site, and you have developers who are Vue developers, and they build the site, and then you have React developers coming in, and instead of going in and okay, let's rebuild everything. This is Vue. No, you just leave what's there and just keep going, and you have React components that are built on top of them. They live side by side. So yeah,
crazy. I love it. I'm ready for the future. Because we're going back in time to simpler systems, but with modern tool sets. And what comes out is probably super fast if you put it on Cloudflare or Netlify or something. So yeah, inspiration. I hope that this actually helps you as a viewer to also try something like this and leave a comment if you're interested. So Tony, what's your next step with all this stuff? You want to do something else with it?
We'll do something else, but for our viewers, we'll probably drop a link into a comment of this running on one of the modern CDNs. We're going to deploy it, open source the code for you so you can grab and play with it yourself. But tell us what you want to see next, what we can build with Astro. Maybe you want another framework, add it into whatever we just added with Tim.
Or what I'm now thinking is, why don't we add something more dynamic to it and only have small bundles to do that? Like the personalization we do with Uniform. We might be able to put that in without like the full React library. I'm pretty interested in that. Let's have a look. That might be I'm digging my own grave, but maybe
It'll
not.
Work.
Maybe it
It'll
works.
Work.
Anyways, cheers, man. See you next Friday.
Good to see you.